Tonight, an officer-involved shooting in Bullitt County, what we know from our crew on the scene. Plus, crowds in downtown Savannah for St. Patrick's Day weekend, and update from Mayor Johnson on enforcing those COVID-19 guidelines.
We had pretty nice and pleasant weather for this Sunday afternoon. Conditions will be changing going into the new work week. We'll have the complete forecast coming up, but first, News 3 at 6 starts now.
Now from WSAV, the station that's on your side. You're watching News 3 at 6 Weekend.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Edward Moody. Thank you for joining us. Our top story, an officer-involved shooting in Bullitt County this morning that's left one person with serious injuries. Our crew on the scene says it happened on westbound I-16 near mile marker 132 and involved a car chase with Georgia State Patrol. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, one person who was shot is still alive and was flown by helicopter to Memorial Health in Savannah. The GBI says no troopers were injured in the incident. We'll have the very latest on this developing story tonight at 11. Well, just down the road on Interstate 16, also in Bullitt County, a major crash will have the westbound traffic backed up for hours. According to the Sheriff's Office, the crash involved two 18-wheelers in the westbound lanes of I-16 near mile marker 137. Now, those lanes are closed right now, and authorities say you need to use an alternate route if you're heading in that direction. Well, thousands flocked to the Hostess city to celebrate St. Patrick's Day weekend. City officials say, though the influx of people initially raised concern about safety, the majority of businesses and visitors followed COVID-19 guidelines. WSAV News 3's McKenna Cieslak has our continuing coverage.
The Hostess city is still in the green as visitors make their way back home from a weekend full of St. Patrick's Day celebrations. City leaders say they anticipated many out-of-towners to disregard the city's COVID-19 guidelines, but were prepared to handle the problem.
Many did not know or were not aware that we had a mask mandate or thought because they were vaccinated, they were exempt from it. I think the city staff acted admirably. I was out there both nights with city staff, advising people to wear a mask.
The influx of people led to an influx in business, which the city desperately needed. Mayor Van Johnson says over 700 businesses signed the Savannah Safe Pledge, ensuring full safety and adherence to COVID-19 guidelines while operating.
This is a wonderful opportunity and partnership between the city of Savannah and our business community to remind us that we're still in the pandemic. And the way we get beyond the pandemic is for us to act responsibly and for us to act united together against COVID-19.
He says overall, the city and its businesses kept safety a top priority.
They complied with the Savannah Safe Pledge. That was evident. I visited some of these businesses. Some businesses didn't do so well. And so we'll have to have those courageous conversations with them.
As the summer months draw closer and tourism picks up, Mayor Johnson says it's the science that has and will continue to determine when guidelines can be relaxed.
Any relaxation or repealing of the mask mandate will also have to be dictated by quantifiable numbers that indicate that our situation of community spread has improved and the public threat of coronavirus has diminished significantly.
In Savannah, McKenna Cieslak, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Looking ahead, the official St. Patrick's Day Committee transitioning several popular events online this year. They include the Celtic Cross and Jasper Green ceremonies and, of course, the annual St. Patrick's Day Mass at the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. You can catch some of those events streamed live on our website at wsav.com/St. Pat's. Here's a live look outside on our Savannah cam at the Bull River Bridge this evening. If you were going to get out and about, this was the weekend to do it, but it sounds like change is in the air. Let's check your forecast first with meteorologist Scott Roberts.
Hey there, Edward. Yeah, over this weekend we had a mainly sunny sky, temperatures reaching the mid to upper 80s, and that's where we got again this afternoon here in Savannah. 85 for the afternoon high temperature. Going into the next several days, temps will be a little bit cooler as cloud cover and rain chances come into the picture for the new work week. Still pretty mild for us right now. 80s for most of us. Richmond Hill 77 degrees, 75 for Darien. Still sitting at 85 degrees for us here in Savannah. Cloud cover today has been mainly on the thinner side, helping to filter out the sunshine just a bit, but a system that is making its way into the lower Mississippi River Valley will bring us rain chances starting on Tuesday and Wednesday. Just on Monday, mainly a cloudy sky will be setting up for us as that gets a little bit closer, and then another system will move in for the later part of the week. Thursday will feature some thunderstorms, and some of those could be on the strong and severe side. So till then, enjoy the mild conditions for us tonight. With that cloud cover increasing, temperatures will cool into the 50s. The full details are coming up. Edward?
All right, thank you, Scott. On a mission to get the word out about the American Rescue Plan, and already the IRS is sending out a third round of stimulus checks. WSAV's Raquel Martin has more from our Washington newsroom.
Sunday, Democrats continued their victory lap after passing a nearly $2 trillion relief package that's already hitting bank accounts.
Pretty exciting.
On ABC's This Week, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi said the plan will help millions of Americans recover from the economic impact of the pandemic.
50% of children in poverty will be taken off of poverty.
And Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen pushed back against assertions the surge of money into the economy will spike inflation.
I think it's manageable. The most significant risk we face is a workforce that's scarred by a long period of unemployment.
The economy is recovering.
But on Fox News Sunday, Louisiana Republican Bill Cassidy called the plan unnecessary and wasteful. No Republican lawmakers voted for it.
It is estimated by CBO that our economy will grow at 4.2% this year without this latest package.
Now Congress is turning its focus to passing an overdue bipartisan infrastructure plan. But there already appears to be some cracks in the foundation.
They ignored what we had done in a bipartisan way.
Wyoming Republican Senator John Barrasso says last time infrastructure was on the table, Democrats pushed what he calls divisive green energy policies.
They replaced our highway bill with the Green New Deal.
Pelosi insists Democrats want to strike a deal, but they are committed to President Biden's campaign promise to begin the transition to sustainable green energy. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Well, around Georgia, Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan in the news today for comments he made this morning on Meet the Press. Duncan answered questions about proposed voter reform legislation in the Georgia Assembly.
There's a lot of solutions in search of a problem. Republicans don't need election reform to win. We need leadership. I think there's millions of Republicans waking up around the country that are realizing that Donald Trump's divisive tone and strategy is unwinnable. In forward-looking elections. We need real leadership. We need new focus, a GOP 2.0 that includes moderates in the middle.
In other news, after a day of vigils and demonstrations, protesters returned to the streets of Louisville, Kentucky Saturday night. Saturday marked the one-year anniversary of the deadly police shooting of Breonna Taylor. Dozens took to the streets after dark. That led to a standoff between protesters and police who arrived in riot gear. Louisville police eventually declared an unlawful assembly. There were some arrests made. Still ahead, as Georgia prepares to expand vaccine eligibility, a new CDC report says the Peach State is one of the slowest in vaccination rollout. You're watching WSAV News 3 Weekend.
back to News 3 at 6 weekend with Edward Moody, meteorologist Scott Roberts, and Connor Delfried Sports. WSAV News 3 on your side.
The CDC ranks Georgia, along with Texas, Alabama, and Tennessee, as some of the slowest states in terms of the vaccine rollout. But Georgia Governor Brian Kemp says that data is lagging. WSAV's Archit Seshadri explains how the state is ramping up vaccines in the weeks ahead.
For many Georgians, like Elise Robinson, finding a vaccine appointment is tough.
When you go to the website, the different website, there's no appointment. No vaccine is available. That's all I heard for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I was getting nervous because my mom she's over 65.
Robinson got lucky when the state opened up mass vaccination sites and was able to get her elderly mother a dose.
It was very hard to find an appointment. I went to several websites. I couldn't find an appointment until I heard from work.
The governor says 7 out of 10 seniors have received at least 1 shot, which is higher than the national average.
March 15th, 2020 was the last time I was in a restaurant. That was my birthday, and we went for my birthday. So I have been very, very cautious. I've not been out, not been in a grocery store.
State health leaders say Georgia has given 2.5 million vaccine doses, including 500,000 shots in just the last 12 days.
It's nothing to be scared of. It's not painful. There's no side effect whatsoever.
Wasn't hesitant about taking the vaccine. I'm ready to travel. I'm ready to get back to normal life.
But the biggest push, the governor says, is to reduce vaccine hesitancy, especially in communities of color, and is now urging people to sign up early for appointments if they qualify. Reporting in Atlanta, Archit Seshadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief.
Well, here's some information you need to know. Georgia is expanding its current vaccine phase on Monday. Those over 55 and any adults with complex medical conditions like diabetes, cancer, asthma, kidney disease, and others defined by the CDC will now be eligible to get the COVID-19 vaccine. State health leaders say you don't need a license or social security number to get your shot. And we are on your side with a list of locations and how to sign up at wsav.com/vaccine.
Now, Storm Team 3 weather with Live Titan Radar, sponsored by the Dozier Law Firm.
Well, this Sunday afternoon we had beautiful conditions around the coastal empire and low country, a mainly sunny sky at times and warm temperatures. Things, though, will be changing going into the new work week as storm chances increase. But for today, taking a look outside on our visible satellite imagery, you can finally show it during the 6 o'clock show. Now that sunset is just after 7:30 thanks to the time change. We can see most of us had just some puffy clouds working their way through. Right in Bryan County, just south of Pembroke, some controlled burns were happening, and all that smoke was blowing in our direction, making the sky somewhat milky looking over Savannah. But as we head into the overnight hours, that will thin out, though more clouds will begin to stream in from the west as a system moves into the southeast. Here's the view above Savannah right now. You can see quite a bit of sunshine out there over downtown, but you can see just a little bit of a murkiness a little closer to the horizon, but still pretty nice looking view for us this Sunday night. 85 degrees is the current temperature, which was the afternoon high, and these temperatures will stay on the mild side for us tonight. Slow to cool off, likely just bottoming out in the 50s for most locations, still in the 80s for the most part at this hour. 75 right now for Richmond Hill, one of the cooler spots, and of course a little bit cooler right along the waterways. For us the rest of the evening, we'll have a partly cloudy sky to mostly cloudy past midnight with those temperatures in the mid-50s as you head out the door early in the morning, and those temperatures tomorrow afternoon will be a little bit cooler than where they were for today, thanks to more cloud cover coming into the picture, and it's going to be rather breezy as well. Shower and storms are going to be likely Tuesday through Thursday, and then it's on Thursday when a second system approaches us, when we could have a few isolated strong and severe storms mixed in there. But the good news is by Friday, that will be pushing offshore, and better weather will then be moving in for Friday and for the weekend as those rain chances diminish. But Thursday is when we do expect most of the rain around the coastal empire and the low country. So the first system approaching us as we head through the day tomorrow, increasing the cloud cover, but the rain mainly here for Tuesday and for Wednesday from that. Then on Thursday, this is the storm system that we are watching. A low pressure system and frontal boundary will be approaching us. That will bring us the chances for those strong and possibly severe storms going into Thursday afternoon and during the evening hours. But through the rest of this evening, we'll keep the sky mainly clear early on. After midnight, that's when we'll have a little bit more in the way of some cloud cover coming into the region. Temperatures in the 50s. Then tomorrow, by lunchtime, mix of sun and clouds, so mostly cloudy at times. Temperatures staying a bit cooler, just the lower 70s for highs. The showers will be approaching us as we get closer to the evening hours. And then Monday night into Tuesday morning, we certainly could have some showers rolling through the region with more rain chances pushing in on and off through the day Tuesday and for Wednesday. So partly cloudy for tonight, definitely staying on the mild side, mid to upper 50s for those low temperatures. And then as we go to tomorrow, mid to upper 70s to lower 60s, upper 60s for some of us for those afternoon high temperatures. The 70s, better chance of that happening a little further to the south. But breezy east wind, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Strong winds offshore are expected as well. Temperatures a little bit cooler, just in the mid 60s, so not the best boating day with those rough waters. So those rain chances mainly here Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. St. Patrick's Day, mid to upper 70s with a 40% chance for showers. And then Thursday, that's when most of the rain is expected, but at least Friday will be better. We'll have everything you need to know through the week. Connor?
All right, thanks so much, Scott. As college basketball teams find out their fates for March Madness, we have exciting basketball news to share from the WSAV Sports Department. The 3D TV special hitting your airwaves in just a few weeks. What's it going to include? Where can I watch it? Who's on the team? I'll give you a sneak peek after the break.
Looking to buy a new Honda? See the full lineup at SavannahLowCountry.HondaDealers.com. Now, your Savannah and Low Country Honda dealers, WSAV Sports Desk.
Despite Georgia Southern baseball's slow start to the season, we here at WSAV did not think the sky was falling. In fact, on the WSAV Now Sports podcast, we predicted a big turnaround. And what do you know? The Eagles must be subscribed to our podcast, or they're just really good at this baseball thing, because they just put the finishing touches on a sweep of UAB today. Eagles explode for 9 runs in the series finale win. An impressive performance, sure. But how about Mason McWhorter's Saturday showing? The 5th-year senior hit for the cycle, in Georgia Southern's big win, and he is now at an unreal 446 batting average on the year. Eagle Nation has to be delighted that he's using that extra year of eligibility here in Statesboro. And the cat's out of the bag now. We've got a basketball special on TV highlighting the area's best senior stars from the Coastal Empire to the Low Country. We feel like this list of players is stacked, and we can't wait to show you. You'll need to wait a little bit longer to watch. The 3 Deep special is set to air on April 3rd, the week of the NCAA Final Four. We've also put together some previews to tide you over. In the meantime, Mallory Robinette is on the first team for the girls. The Savannah Christian standout led her team in points, rebounds, and assists, while also serving a crucial leadership role for a young Raiders squad.
And when you have somebody of her caliber to do that, not just basketball-wise, athletic-wise, but socially. And so she set the tone here, and our freshmen, our sophomores were able to see that and learn from it. That's going to help us tremendously next year. She doesn't realize that yet, but the legacy she leaves from that standpoint of setting the culture tone is very huge for us.
A big shakeup in the boys basketball coaching ranks. WSAV has confirmed that Liberty County head coach Julian Stokes will step down from his position. Stokes led the Panthers to a state championship in the 2015-2016 season, and at this time a replacement has not yet been named. We may not be out of the woods just yet when it comes to this pandemic, but it's certainly a positive sign to see fans attending PGA golf tournaments again. We saw that down at the Players' Championship this weekend, and fans were also treated to a great show coming down the final stretch of this final round. Here's the final leaderboard. Justin Thomas is your 2021 Players' Championship champion. An absolutely clinical 4-under final round sealed the deal. And if you look at that, there's a familiar face right there tied for 3rd. Savannah Christian graduate Brian Harmon finishes just 2 shots off the lead. Great weekend from him. That just about does it for Sports at 6. We've got Selection Sunday happening right now. We are breaking down all the matchups involving our area teams tonight at 11. Until then, Edward's back after the break.
All right, we want to update you on that news we had at the top of the hour about the officer-involved shooting. We now have confirmed with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation that the person who was shot in that has died. According to GBI, that person had carried out a home invasion and then kidnapped someone at gunpoint. This happened in Reedsville. That then became a car chase with law enforcement. Eventually, there were shots fired back and forth between that person and troopers, and the person has now been pronounced dead. One trooper was grazed in the head but is said to be doing okay tonight. That is the latest on that story. We'll have more tonight at 11. Scott?
All right, weather-wise, the beautiful weather we had for the weekend will be going away. Monday, a few stray showers possible. Warm days, 70 for the high temperature, mainly cloudy sky. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we expect showers and a few thunderstorms to be around the region, but more storm activity for Thursday, and some of those could be on the stronger side with those warm temperatures, but better weather moves in for next weekend again.
Thank you. We'll see you tonight at 11, everybody. Nightly News is next.